In today's video, I'm going to share with you my Aldi haul. This particular haul is my emergency preparation, as well as the possibility of a mandated quarantine or self-distancing in our home. So if you are trying to figure out what to buy, how to stay healthy in these very perilous, very uncertain times of a global pandemic, today's video is meant to help you with a specific shopping list as well as meal plan ideas. And this is not going to break your bank. I'm very excited to share with you today's Aldi haul. Welcome back, friends. I'm Dr. Melissa Gallagher for all of you joining me. It is so great to see you today. So under the circumstances of potentially an impending mandated home-based quarantine or a work from home situation with both Brian and Gabriel's off indefinitely from school, our lifestyle is changing a little bit, just like yours is. And I started to sense the changes, and because we had plans to leave town and head down to have our wedding in Florida on Friday, March 20th, which that's gotten all derailed. If you're curious about that, I have a video there over on my new wedding channel video. You can check out all of those details. Everything went south very quickly on Friday. But on Thursday, I started to think, we're going to be out of town the next week. It's a possibility things are going to get a little bit more intense here in Georgia. That's where we live, in Atlanta, Georgia. And I actually had just this kind of nesting sensation that I should probably go and stock up a little bit and prepare our home, because we'd be gone the following week. And as it just so happens, our kitchen is in the middle of a disaster, nightmare, reconstruction, remodel zone due to some flooding a few weeks ago under our cabinets. And ultimately, we've been eating out of our freezer, out of our refrigerator, and I've been tapping into our traditional supply of goodies in our cabinets because we were anticipating this following week we would be in demo mode. That's all, again, being derailed because of the pandemic. But this is why I have more than normal items. So this haul, I spent $389, and the plan was to equip my family for 4 weeks. So I have a family of 3 for 4 weeks, and it basically breaks down to being $97.25 a week for a family of 3. We have 2 grown adults, and we have a 4.5-year-old who sometimes eats, sometimes doesn't, and then sometimes eats all the time. Per person, per week, this works out to be $32.41. Per person, per day, it works out to be $4.63 a day. And if we look at 3 meals and some added snacks, it works out to be $1.54 for 3 meals. So I want to share with you the specific items that I got that you can as well, and I'll share with you some meal plans that I have for each of these items. So first up, I want to share with you what this whole entire haul looks like, and then we'll go one by one into the items. And you guys might hear dogs running around the table. You might hear them. My son and Brian are outside. Okay, so first up, you guys know I'm big right now into consuming my bone broth. This has been wedding preparation, and I'm going to continue to do that. I just bought a whole entire case because I use bone broth as a boiling resource. I use it as a drink for myself, kind of snack time. And then also I plan on making soups. And so it makes a good base for soups. Also for some of our taco and lasagna meals, I will use the bone broth as an alternative to water because you get a power punch of nutrients. And all of these items on this table, the big focus here is to equip you and your families with healthy items. So you don't necessarily have to forfeit your health and wellness plan or plans in preparation mode. So these are the bone broths. These will be hanging out in the garage until we use them. And as you can see, the expiration date, April 3/21. So the intent with all these items was to buy items that we ordinarily and automatically use in the event that we don't need to use them for potential self-induced quarantine or social distancing where we're at home more for work and whatnot. These are items that we will consume all the time. Okay, so the next thing we grabbed the soup and oyster crackers. Brian loves these. I plan on making a lot of soups. I'm going to make chilies, so these will be great. These are little snacks for Gabriel. Similarly, we love sunflower kernels. I got some more raw nuts. I've got almonds and pistachios. Gabriel adores pistachios. He's really into nuts and seeds. And with him being out of school, I can give him as many nuts and seeds, which is great. There's a lot of limitations that we have at his school. So I'm going to come around here. So I did grab some apple juice. Sometimes he will ask for apple juice, and even though it's something that's kind of a treat, I am anticipating I'm going to be doing snack times and just really focused on his normal schedule. So this was meant to have on hand in the event that he wants apple juice. Also, I'm just going to start with some of our snacky options. These little cookie thins, we love these. They are on the healthier side of a cookie thin, but again, some snack time. And you know, if we are in quarantine, I'm going to need my chocolate. Anybody else agree with the chocolate? All right, comment down below, let me know. Also, we love our white cheddar puffs. This is another snack for Gabriel, so I grabbed 2 of those. And then these were a fun find, and oh my gosh, are they delicious. We've already eaten 1. I grabbed 2 of these. They're fudge dip cookie bites. Brian wants me to put these in the refrigerator if we have room. And here's my thought on this. So ordinarily, I would not buy preserves, but this is a good option in the event that we need to make some sandwiches. I grabbed almond butter because I will use almond butter in a lot of our raw cookies that I make. There's also a recipe I have that uses preserves, and it's like a kind of a blintz type of thing. So my plan is I'm going to be home doing more cooking, and so that's some of the impetus for some of the items that I purchased. I also grabbed canned goods. So, you know, I'm not really a big canned good person. The lucky part here at Aldi, I don't know if you can see that, they're non-BPA. Okay, so Aldi is great because I don't feel concerned that carrots are in a can. I grabbed 2 of them. They were like 39 cents, super inexpensive. I also grabbed black beans. We will be consuming black beans in some of the soups I make, also diced tomatoes. My plan was to have more canned items in the event that I run out of some of the automatically stocked items in my refrigerator. Okay, so I'm gonna come back around to here so you guys can see some of the other items. Canned goods, I got pineapple chunks. I love pineapple, and sometimes I have a hard time remembering to cut my pineapple on time. I don't know why it is. Also, this particular sustainably caught skipjack, the chunk light tuna, ordinarily I wouldn't buy tuna in a can, but again, this is basically I'm treating this like hurricane preparation mode. So any of you who have, you know, gone through preparing for a disaster, that's definitely something that is good to have on hand. Crazy inexpensive. Their expiration date, these are good until July 2022. In the event we don't use them, I can always donate them to our local shelter. I also grabbed goldfish because they do give these to Gabriel at school, and I do want to try to have some consistency with this schedule. To the note of me baking, I just grabbed these because I was having a little bit of I need some chocolate mode, but I really do like the specialty selected, and we'll have some fun with that. Let me bounce around over here. I grabbed oils, and this was an Aldi find. I already have ghee, but this was a pink Himalayan salt, so I wanted to add that to my mix. This was another Aldi find. I cook a lot with coconut oil, and I think I'd have a conniption if I ran out of coconut oil. So this was, I remember the pricing on this. This was $7.99 for 28 fluid ounces. One of the things, friends, I am recommending that if you can do Aldi cart, if you don't see in your cart options some of these items, you can select them. So this big bulk item was an Aldi find. All right, so I'm coming back around. I'm gonna share my thoughts with you here. So you guys know I tend to be gluten-free as much as possible. I just happened to buy the Active Dry yeast and the fast rising yeast because I honestly, I want to do some baking. If we're going to be at home, I want to experiment with some recipes. And also, if we need bread for maybe some peanut butter or and like blueberry peanut butter, strawberry sandwiches, we've got that on hand. And I'd much rather make my own bread then buy it. Also, I grabbed vanilla extract because I was running low. I was also very excited. I got the last ground ginger. They're Simply Nature organic spices. I decided to stock up on these because ginger and garlic, I got 2 garlics. You know, these are things that you might tend to run out of, and it might prompt you to have to go out or order online. Also, I grabbed more ground cinnamon because I do make a lot of my raw mommy cookies and they have cinnamon in them. Then also, this is a new find, cayenne pepper. This will be great. So I want you to think about cayenne pepper, garlic powder, ginger powder. These you can also order online. And these are really going to be powerful in the event that you do have a sore throat, have a little viral invasion, maybe you do have COVID impact your life. Again, cinnamon's really good as well. Then I grabbed some basil leaves because my plan is to do some pastas, but also my actual garden isn't ready. I can't live without Kalamata olives, and I got 2 things of baking soda. That also will be potentially for some cleaning items. The korma I've never tried, but because we're gonna be home, I thought I would grab that. Definitely, I grabbed also the garlic. So that was really key. I also grabbed a bunch of pasta sauce. We do the tomato basil organic. This is what I often will purchase. Gabriel loves the organic edamame spaghetti. It has a lot of plant-based protein. And anytime I'm at Aldi, I always grab their Italian-based pastas because of the ingredients in them. They are going to be less caustic. So this is just very simple Italian-based pasta, and they had this rigatoni. I'm going to do some experimenting with some recipes. We traditionally don't cook with a lot of pasta, but again, you know, in kind of an emergency mode or staying at home, these are things that I can make big batches, and a lasagna would last us several days over several meals. And that actually is where we get even a greater life than 4 weeks out of this particular haul. But they had the oven ready lasagna, so I grabbed 2 of those. You know, the no boiling, I've tried those. Sometimes it's hit or miss. These were the cheese tortellinis. I actually will boil these up, and sometimes I put them in a salad. So it's not necessarily like a pasta heavy meal. But again, there are 3 of these. These can be a good a meal in a pinch. And then also I grabbed, this was a special item. This Priano is a little bit of a newer item or newer packaging, but they had the stuffed shells. Sometimes I make my own stuffed shells. And I thought, oh, that's really great. Again, we can use that put it in our freezer. And then they had the manicotti. So I grabbed 2 of these. And what I plan on doing is using my sauces. And I'll come back around over here. Let me grab my mic. Come back around over here. I grabbed 5 of their ground beef. And my thought here is we do consume this particular brand, not a whole lot. But if I'm going to do lasagna, if I'm going to do like a pasta bolognese sauce, I'm going to have that. I can freeze these. These will last me. We can also do hamburgers out on the grill. It can be outside. So that was my thought here. I can do different stuffed items. Also, I grabbed these. These are really inexpensive. The crescent rolls. Grabbed several of these. Gabriel likes actually making these with me. I'll just put that down right there. He likes making these with me. And what I often will do is I will stuff them. Sometimes I'll do a little ground beef, add a little sauce, and maybe a little cheese. I happen to have a good amount of mozzarella cheese, so I didn't need to get that on this particular haul. You guys will see I did grab some bacon because we're gonna be at home, we're gonna be cooking breakfast, and that would be one of our Sunday kind of special breakfast items. I want to talk to you about protein. So you don't have to forfeit on protein. Many of you know I'm not vegetarian, I'm not vegan. I'm a little bit of a pegan, if you will, and we do eat wild caught. We'll eat wild caught salmon. Also, we will eat ahi tuna. This is their wild caught. These are great. We actually soak these in soy sauce or marinate them and then throw them on our green egg, and they're divine. And there's 3 fillets, $4.99. That's a really good deal. Same with the salmon. It's not like red, but that's a healthier version. I grabbed 2 of these. We are loving this wild caught crunchy fish fillets. I didn't have enough room in my freezer because we have the only one freezer, so I had to take one out of the bag, but I grabbed 2 of those. Also, Gabriel's been liking the little breadsticks. That'll, you know, kind of be our Italian theme that we are kicking with. You guys know, if you've been watching my lives, I drink coffee in the morning. I grabbed some almond milk creamers just to have on hand. This is an Aldi find, the Califia, I think is the name of it, toasted coconut. It's a coconut almond milk blend. This is carrageenan free. This is great because I will blend this up in smoothies for Gabriel. He'll drink it. It has protein in it. Really, really good. Okay, so carrying on with some of my frozen items. I will be freezing these, but I thought with all the ground beef, and over here I grabbed some of the tortillas, the flour tortilla and the whole wheat flour. You know, most of the time I do an Ezekiel tortilla, but this is something that can be shelf bound for a little while, and that's okay. It's not anything crazy. I can roll those, I can freeze those. But Mexican cheese blend, I bought a lot of these. I think I bought 4. I will be freezing these. We're gonna have tacos. Also, we'll sometimes have a little cheese on. I bought the mild cheddar, and then let's see, this one. When I do eat cheese, I love Colby Jack. We'll have that maybe on our burgers. So I wanted to have those on hand. So let's talk about greens. One of the things that is really smart to stock up on if you have room are green veggies. Organic green beans, sweet peas. I got 2 things of the broccoli, chopped spinach. You don't have to forfeit your vegetables in an emergent state or when you're stocking up on items. They had these were one of their Aldi finds, the earth-grown vegan, the chicken nuggets. I grabbed these for Gabriel. We'll see if he likes them. He's gotten way pickier. We do know he will eat these uncured hot dogs, so I grabbed actually 2 of those. And the rice cauliflower, I'm very excited to try these, and the garlic and herbs. So you can do a lot with these. Cauliflower, we can mix them up with the veggies. And then I also want to show you, I grabbed the whole wheat spaghetti. I do have a little bit of pasta in my selection here. I did grab some butter because I do plan on doing some baking. Cream is something that I don't usually stock up on, and we don't buy all the time, but I have a particular comfort food dish that I'm going to use with my meat. It's kind of like a German goulash. My mom has perfected it, and I've kind of taken on the goulash. It does sometimes require cream. I sometimes will use the oat milk as well, but I wanted to have this on hand because, again, this is one of those situations like, oh, I need a little cream, have to go to the store. I was trying to look at preventing need to be at the store, and that's what you want to think about, everyday use items and how you can make things stretch. I love the pesto, and oh gosh, this rosso, that's really good. We will make those into sauces. And then I needed foil. I did also buy laundry detergent, and what else did I buy? I bought laundry detergent because our kitchen is kind of in a mess. I did buy some extra plastic spoons and some details to have as we transition. But these are all the items that I got for under $400. This was a big win. My bone broth is going to be something that I really don't want to have to go out and run and grab, but we'll be baking. I'll be making raw cookies. We're going to do veggie related soups. We've got beans, a lot of really good items that we can mix up and use and not forfeit our health and wellness and eating greens and good, clean protein. Well, thanks friends for tuning in. First and foremost, be safe, be smart. In the event that you might be in a city that's been greater hit by the coronavirus, if you have access to using the Instacart, I would encourage that. If anything, go early in the morning or later in the evening where you might have less exposure to people. And stay tuned for a video coming out where I detail specifically what items to have in your car so that you protect yourself in the event that you do have to go out and get a haul. If you have any particular questions about how to deal with a pandemic, what to do, risk factors, symptoms, I'm going to encourage you to tune in to my daily natural health news show where I give you pandemic updates. That is a little bit of a work around the censorship happening here at YouTube. It's so insane. But daily at 9 a.m., I am going live to all of you, answering your questions, giving you updates with statistics and details, tips, resources to keep you healthy. This is all about empowerment and education. So stay healthy, friends. I will see you on our next video.